This day and time. What happened today, years
The
ago?
emperor's personal authority.
And crucially, you needed the willingness and ability to use immediate brutal force to crush any local challenge.
And it wasn't clean. It was forged in ceremony and violence, almost side by side. Power was personal, tied to symbols, divine right.
But completely reliant on military might to actually make it stick.
A world away from the next June 18th we're looking at.
Couldn't be more different. Okay, let's leave Rome in 1155 and jump forward over 600 years. June 18th, 1778, North America, American Revolution.
Right, and the whole definition of power here looks dramatically different.
The sources tell us the British had captured Philadelphia, the American capital, back in 77, a big symbolic win for them.
Sure, symbolically. But holding it was proving to be a major strategic headache. It stretched their supply lines really thin, tied down a lot of troops.
Meanwhile, Washington's army, yes, they were suffering a Valley Forge, but crucially, they were also being professionally trained, reorganized.
Von Steuben, right, whipping them into shape. They weren't defeated, just enduring and improving.
And then the strategic game completely flips. February 1778.
Franco-American alliance. Huge. That followed the big British defeat at Saratoga the year before.
And the sources really emphasized this wasn't just, signing a piece of paper.
No way. It fundamentally transformed the war. What was a colonial rebellion suddenly becomes a global conflict. You've got major European powers involved now.
And the biggest factor introduced by that alliance,
The French Navy, no question.
the sources make it crystal clear. The potential for a French naval blockade of Philadelphia.
Suddenly made holding the city strategically untenable. You risk trapping General Clinton's entire army.
Holding the symbolic capital just wasn't worth the risk of losing the actual army, especially when faced with French sea power.
Exactly. The strategic calculation, viewed through that new global lens, it just dictated a change.
Which brings us to June 18, 1778. On this day, British General Henry Clinton orders the evacuation. All 15,000 troops out of Philadelphia.
The main force pulls out overland through New Jersey, heading for the safer base in New York City.
And this decision, it had immediate harsh consequences for locals.
Oh, definitely. Those loyalists who had supported the British occupation, suddenly they had to flee their homes, abandon everything, and retreat with the army.
They were often seen as traitors by the Americans left behind. A tough spot.
A very tough spot. And the sources also mention this almost bizarre detail from about a month before their retreat.
The Mischianza Party, May 18th.
Yeah, this incredibly lavish, over-the-top farewell party thrown by British officers for General Howe, who was leaving.
It gets highlighted as this symbol of, aristocratic indulgence, totally disconnected from the war's reality.
Right. It seemed completely out of touch with the strategic pressures